when it comes to Ryan Day, him being the head coach of my alma mater, I've gotten to see a lot of Ryan Day. I've been able to be in Ryan Day's presence even when it's not game day. Get to hear him talk, see how he really thinks, and just to see how he is. And then obviously going to the games and seeing how he is on the sidelines as well. I've seen a lot of Ryan Day. Now Lane Kiffin, haven't really been up close to Lane Kiffin to see him, in person, how he is in person, but known about Lane Kiffin. Obviously been following Lane Kiffin, for a very long time, seeing how Lane Kiffin is. Both of these guys are Division I head coaches in arguably the two best conferences in college football. Ryan Day's experience is a little bit different, from Lane's. But when we're looking specifically at right now, head coach Ryan Day and Lane Kiffin, now my tolerance for Ryan Day is getting to the point where I'm not tolerating him, but I'm a guy that still respects him. That's the head coach of my alma mater. I want him to do well. I want him to really beat our rival, but that's another topic for another day. Ryan Day, when you look at it, is a better head coach than Lane Kiffin. We can look at track record. We can look at maturity. Ryan Day is an adult, and Lane Kiffin is. He's becoming an adult. He's becoming more mature. But if I had the choice of choosing to play for Ryan Day or Lane Kiffin, this isn't even close. It's going to be Ryan Day. When you have guys like C.J. Stroud at quarterback, you had Justin Fields at quarterback, you had some other guys at quarterback. That just speaks for itself. And obviously he has a lot of talent. But Lane Kiffin he's coaching at Ole Miss. No, they don't lack talent. They've had talent come through there. They're putting guys in the NFL as well. But Ryan Day's a better coach than Lane Kiffin. I mean, just look as a head coach, Ryan Day has played in the national championship game. He's won the Big Ten Conference. He won it in 2020. He was a Big Ten champion in 2020. I don't know if he has 2 Big Ten titles, but I know for a fact he won the Big Ten Conference in 2020. They beat Northwestern. Now, Northwestern, dealing with a lot of other stuff, but he did beat Northwestern. He did. He was the head coach of Ohio State when they beat Clemson in a playoff game. And he was in 2019, he coached one of the greatest teams in Ohio State history in 2019. They fell short to Clemson that year, but he obviously redeemed himself in 2020. But, I mean, Lane Kiffin has never won a division. We could look at USC, we can look at Florida Atlantic. When has Lane Kiffin been on the level of Ryan Day? Now, obviously, you could say and point to, Ryan Day having a team handed to him from Urban Meyer, but still, he's a better coach, and he has great quarterbacks, just like Lane Kiffin has great quarterbacks. So this is a silly conversation to have. If Lane Kiffin even wants to be in the same conversation as If Lane Kiffin wants to be in the same conversation as Ryan Day, he needs to at least win a playoff game. Can you win your division first? Can you compete for your division? Can you not embarrass yourself against Alabama? Because you had that game for the taking last year. Lane Kiffin is not a better coach. He's not a better head coach. Now, if you want to argue offensive coordinator, Lane Kiffin's a tremendous offensive coordinator. But when it comes to this conversation about him and Ryan Day has had a lot more success, especially winning. Never had to lose this season. Consistently have an opportunity to win 10-plus games a year. I know Ryan Day's just getting started, but I mean, come on now. Ryan Day or Lane Kiffin, let's have a real conversation. Lane Kiffin and Ryan Day they're not in the same league in terms of coaches. The expectations for Ryan Day and Lane Kiffin are different. Lane Kiffin is not expected to go out and win a national championship this year. If Lane Kiffin, who's his rival, Mississippi State? Come on, this is they're not playing on the same field. Yes, Ryan Day, you could say he was born on third base. Our rival would definitely say that. But the expectations that Ryan Day has versus Lane Kiffin are not the same. And I guarantee you, if you flip Lane Kiffin and Ryan Day, Ohio State would not have the same results that they're having. Now, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Look, Ryan Day is a tremendous head coach, but I'm pretty sure Ryan Day he could do a great job at Ole Miss. I don't know how great of a job that Lane Kiffin can do at Ohio State, not just being the head coach, but dealing with everything that comes with being the head coach of Ohio State. I don't think Lane Kiffin is mature enough to handle that. He's an Ole Miss. Nothing against Ole Miss, but he would not last being the head coach of Ohio State. There's so much that goes on outside of just the X's and O's and recruiting that I don't think Lane Kiffin is prepared yet, and I don't see any chance that Ohio State will hire him. But if you ask Ole Miss if would they hire Ryan Day, 100% they do that.